Alright guys, sorry this is gonna be a bit of a late upload. It's like 9:20 right now, Pacific time. I just came back from darting to Django's. Since I'm super busy on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I don't have time to dart them on Wednesdays and Thursdays, so I have to usually the rares I have to leave till Friday, if there is a Friday for rares, usually. So yeah, I just came back from I got 26 out of 30. I darted one Pro Serrato and all the others were to Django's. Unfortunately, I just couldn't keep on going. Like it's almost winter in Canada, and like when I got back, my hands were like frozen. I had to run them in like hot water for quite a bit before I could like even move them again. But anyways, tomorrow we're gonna have the boss strike for this week. It's a bit of a weird one. It's a level 30 Dimetrodon Gen 2 and a level 30 Rex Gen 2, the common Dimetrodon and rare Rex. I mean, I guess it makes sense since it's fierce creatures. So, okay. And let's go over them real fast. First, Dimetrodon Gen 2. At level 30, it has a 5,102 health, same as Rex Gen 2 at level 30. Has 1,214 damage, and I think 112 speed. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so this one's this one's the harder one. This event you can't really cheese like last week's Raja Kylos, since Dimetrodon has immunity. Can't really do that. So you can sort of half cheese Rex Gen 2, but not Dimetrodon Gen 2. So here's a few options for Dimetrodon Gen 2. The first one is going to be Megalosukis. This is probably one of the better ones to use against Dimetrodon Gen 2, since it is 115 speed. It has a lot of turn 2 damage. So what you can do is, even level 16 Megalosukis, all you have to do is Ferocious Strike on turn 1. And, it only has Armor Piercing or Defense Shattering Strike on turn 1, so that's not going to do too much damage to you. And then you're dealing another counter to it, so that's a lot of damage. And turn 2, you could short defense because it only has Armor Piercing Rampage and not Defense Shattering Rampage, and you should survive with like 200 or 500 HP. I'm not super sure on the numbers, but you're 100% going to survive. Well, 95% unless it crits on that 5%, I guess. So you should be good there, and you're going to deal another 2 turns of boosted damage. Or not 2 turns, 2, hits, since you got the normal hit and the counter, both boosted. And then after that, you should still be alive, so you could throw in another crit impact. If the crit lands, Dimetrodon Gen 2 should be dead. If it doesn't, then oh well. Dimetrodon Gen 2 should still have just like 100 or 200 HP, or at most 500 HP left, and that should be a really easy one-hit KO for your next dino. So, assuming you don't crit, assuming the worst, you don't crit and you die, you could throw in the next dino to set up for Rex Gen 2, and that dino should be Spinotahraptor. Before we get to that, let's talk about some alternatives to Megalosukis. So Gorgosuchus is an okay-ish dino to use there. If it crits, great. If it doesn't crit, you'll have to use, be lucky on your next dino to take out Dimetrodon Gen 2. Obviously, Ferocious Strike, Defense Shattering Rampage. After the Rampage, your Gorgosuchus is dead, so I can't really do much there, but it should leave Dimetrodon Gen 2, I'm assuming a level 15 Gorgosuchus, it should leave Dimetrodon Gen 2 with like about, let's say, 1,700 or so HP, or not even, like, probably 1.5k HP, and then all you need to do is, since the next dino is going to be Spinotahraptor, throw in Spinotahraptor, go for the crit impact, and hope the crit impact crits. So you'll need a bit of luck with Gorgosuchus if you're going to use Gorgosuchus. So now that Dimetrodon Gen 2 is dealt with, the next one is Rex Gen 2. This one's going to be a bit cheesy since you have a Spinotahraptor out. So what you're going to do on turn 1 is, and this is assuming a level 15 Spinotahraptor, go for Distracting Rampage on turn 1. Distracting Rampage does a lot of damage, and it helps you survive the first impact. And then after that, you should go for Lethal Wound, and hopefully, and most likely, your Spinotahraptor is gonna die to the Rampage. the armor piercing. Hopefully it uses the armor piercing rampage. And then next you could swap into, all you need to do is just swap into some dino that could survive for 2 more turns, 1 or 2 more turns. And here are some candidates for that. Tenonto is a good one. You get distracting strike, or is it distracting impact? It doesn't matter. Tenonto's damage doesn't matter at all. You could distract it and then go for a greater stunning, and that should have it dead before, because you do not want to have your next dino dead. If your next dino dies, then it's a tie and you lose the strike. You have to win the strike to get the rewards. If you tie the strike, then it counts as a loss. So you need to survive the next few turns. Tenonto could do that. Tujango might do that. Like, if it really, really needed the Rex to use Rampage to kill your Spinotahraptor, so it doesn't have Rampage up on the first turn. It's gonna be really close though, but it just might work. It's not that great of a of a stalling dino. I guess if you have like a Stegodius, put up a short defense, that would work. Tragodissus with long invincibility, although be very careful, long invincibility bugs out strikes a lot. You be very cautious with that. And obviously other dinos with long invincibility like Alan Kylo, etc. So that will work, but you know, obviously just be careful of that. And also, if it does use Defension Strike on turn 1, then you might get screwed. So that's also a thing to worry about. So yeah, that's how you beat this. You have to take out Dime Gen 2 with a pretty legitimate way, and you could kind of cheese Rex Gen 2. Oh, another one I forgot to mention is Monolophosaurus. Monolophosaurus survives an impact if it doesn't crit. And you know, that's a distracting rampage, that's also a lot of damage. And then next turn you get the double distract, so you're getting hit for 0 damage, because obviously your opponent, the Rex Gen 2, gets damage down 100%. That means it's dealing 0 damage, and then there you survive 2 turns with Monolophosaurus. So that's also another dino that you could throw in there. And if you have better dinos like Dilarano, maybe Utah Sino, if you don't get crit by the, I don't even know, does it still survive? I'm not sure about that. You'll have to do the calculations there. So yeah, Dilarano, Utah Sino. If you really don't have any of those, maybe just gamble with Gallimimus, or Nithomimus. Just gamble with the evasive, I guess, if you really don't have that any distracting or stunning dinos to stall out those 2 turns, then I guess you could use those. It's gonna be really risky. So if you don't have that great too many great dinos, this might be a really risky strike. And this is assuming they go Dime Gen 2 first and Rex Gen 2 second. Obviously, we don't know which one they're gonna throw out first. If they throw out Rex Gen 2 first, I mean, you're opening with Megalosuchus, which isn't bad. It's not a bad lead against Rex Gen 2. If it doesn't crit, you should be fine. That still does a lot of damage to Rex Gen 2 before it dies. Then you'll just have to worry about Dime Gen 2, so maybe, I mean, Spinotahraptor, Distracting Rampage, and then you throw another hit at it. Still does a lot of damage, critical impact plus Distracting Rampage, and then maybe something else should be able to finish off the Dime Gen 2. So if it starts with Rex Gen 2, this setup isn't too bad either. So just hopefully you get lucky there. If you're running Gorgosuchus, get that crit. If you're running Indominus Rex, hopefully you dodge at least 1 attack. If you dodge 2 attacks, then fantastic. You could deal some damage to Rex as well, Rex Gen 2, before you die. So that's going to be great. Anyways, hopefully you guys have some decent luck tomorrow in the Strike and the Incubator. And good luck with that. I'll be trying that. I'm going to put this up the night before, just if I don't wake up too early next morning, if I sleep over and like you guys are having trouble with it. So I'll just have this here up before, and hopefully this will help you somewhat. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at the strike.